If you're looking for a cheap semester abroad, Argentina is the place to go. Let's just throw my money out of the window. And at some point she thought someone stole money from her. Hello and welcome back. First, let me share these massive stacks of money. This is absolutely insane. This is normal here, so this is the worth of like 150 euros. I'm telling y'all, this is my biggest culture shock in this country. This is the most common bill you will see. It's 1,000 Argentine pesos. It is a little bit over a euro, and this here is thousands of Argentine pesos. In Germany, I have like one bill of money in my wallet, and it's so awkward. Like whenever I go to grocery stores or restaurants and just pay, I'm like, okay, so I decided to openly talk about money and just reveal how much I actually spent in my very first month in Argentina, which was August 2023. I know finances are a very sensitive topic in university for most of us, especially when we do a semester abroad. We have a lot of new expenses that we usually wouldn't have. Also, I think it's not a secret that the Argentinian economy is not the best. Actually, this week our professor told us it has the highest inflation worldwide at this moment. So I'm actually in Argentina at a very, very crazy point in time. Some people say a tourist who are taking advantage of the economy here. Others say no, we are still supporting the economy by consuming. It do be tricky, take whatever side you like to take. I will be doing this video in euros just because I still think in euros. I don't think in dollars yet. I'm not that American yet. Also, the exchange rate between Argentine pesos and euros is fluctuating a lot and constantly. For instance, just in my first month here, I saw everything from 1 euro being 620 pesos to 1 euro being 820 pesos. So for this video I decided to take the middle out of this and do 720 as the exchange rate for all my calculations. Just to clarify about my spending habits first. So on the one side, I'm not the most materialistic person. I don't go shopping a lot. I always think twice before I purchase something. At the same time, I do want to live my life a little bit, so kind of find a healthy balance. Please don't rely too much on those exact numbers. This video is more about demonstrating the whole ratio between my expenses, so please don't bring me to jail. And please note as well that this does not include my flight, my university tuition, my stay at a host family, because all these things were paid for in advance. That's a different story again. So all the expenses I'll be talking about are coming straight out of my own bank account. I have always worked a job in the past years, so being a very responsible German at all times, I always keep Excel sheets about my expenses each month, so I'll pull that up. Let's just dive right in. So in the entire month of August 2023, according to my Excel list, I spent 697 euros in total. And I know that's not a crazy number, however, it's kind of amazing how many things I got out of this. So the biggest chunk of this definitely went into a trip. That was 255 euros for the Iguazu Falls back in August. And those 255 euros definitely include the entire trip, like bus ride, hotel, park entry, all meals, everything on the trip. The second biggest chunk went into concert tickets. I spent 100 euros on 2 concert tickets actually. I just bought tickets for The Weekend and the Lumineers in October and November. They're both coming to Buenos Aires and I'm hyped. And to be honest, I think that's the amount of money I would have spent on one concert ticket in Europe. Now we're getting cheap, so I spent 2.50 euros on my entire phone plan. This includes my SIM card and my prepaid phone plan, which I just recharge whenever I need to. That's amazing. We're getting even cheaper, so I paid €1.50 for public transportation in 1 month. Okay, next we're getting to Ubers. I paid a lot more for Ubers than for public transportation. 32 euros in total for Ubers. And I still have to say Uber is a lot cheaper here compared to Europe. Hygiene products. I paid 52 euros on hygiene products. And I mean shampoo, body wash, whatever you need to maintain your body. Most important thing, food. I paid 84 euros on food, which includes restaurants, takeouts, snacks, whatever. As I mentioned before, I do live in a host family, but we only really get breakfast, which is nothing, and dinner. So I basically have to pay for my lunch every day. And let me tell you, I went to a lot of restaurants. To be fair, I bought a lot of empanadas here, and empanadas are the cheapest food you can possibly find in the city and the best food. So besides food, I decided to make an own category for coffee, and I only paid 15 euros for coffee. And I mean coffee at coffee shops, and I'm coffee addicted, so 15 euros is a joke. The most painful part for me is the laundry. I spent 26 euros on laundry, and that was actually 2 times of doing laundry, so it was 13 euros each. Because as I mentioned before, it is very common here to bring your stuff to a laundry salon and not do your laundry at your own house, so you always pay when you have to do it. I spent 9 euros on clubbing, which could be a lot worse. So this includes tickets for nightclubs and alcohol. However, many nightclubs are just free, so that's why I only spent 9 euros. Another important thing, I went to the hair salon a few weeks ago to get highlights, and I paid 48 euros for that. I know from experience that in the US and in Europe you pay like 100 euros to get your hair done. So for the girls here, if you have to get your nails done, your hair done, your lashes, I don't know, do it here. Like, there's nothing cheaper than here to do this. Going from hair to clothes, I paid 65 euros for clothes. And I think that was a winter jacket and 2 shirts. And clothes are the one thing that are not really cheap here. So don't come here and expect to go shopping all the time. And then I spent 7 euros on weekend activities, which is entrance fees on parks or boat tours or whatever. Okay, that's it. We're done. So what's the bottom line of this? If you're looking for a cheap semester abroad, Argentina is the place to go. I have heard from a lot of people that if you go to Japan, to Australia, whatever, it will be a lot more expensive. However, Latin America is not always as cheap. It really depends on where you go in Latin America. For example, Uruguay, which is just the neighbor country of Argentina, is a lot more expensive. I have friends who just traveled to Montevideo, Uruguay, and they told me it's the same prices like in the United States. So please do your own research and distinct between the individual Latin American countries. Also, I can recommend you to not fall into the trap of, oh, it's so cheap anyways, let's just throw my money out of the window, because that's what my friend did. And at some point she thought someone stole money from her until she realized it was herself spending all the money. I gotta say though, it won't hurt as much when you get ripped off or you're making whatever money beginner mistakes, because you're just not losing a lot. So I hope this video was helpful to some of you. If yes, please like the video, and I'll see you guys soon.